we're seeing in new ways in real time. That, and we could talk about genes forever, but your genes are a library of potential. They are a library of possibility. They're a parts list. And when you begin to do something differently, when you begin to think something differently, when you begin to experience something differently, when you begin to emotionally embrace something differently, you're literally changing your genetic expression. And when you turn on new genes or activate new genes, those genes turn on to make new proteins. So then, people were literally turning the genes off or down-regulating the genes that had to do with their disease and up-regulating new genes right in their meditation, and their body began to change before our eyes. We did another event then, a few months later, and another lady with MS was dancing around the front of the room. Now, there's a scientific part of me that I just couldn't overlook this. And I became very, very passionate about this idea called information to transformation. And I said that if it's happening in real time, people are doing amazing things. Common people just like you give them information, really profound information that has to do with the truth, the way reality really is. And you begin to have them share that information where they can repeat it. They're wiring it in their brain. Would you agree? If you can repeat something, it's in there, yes? The latest research that was done by Kandel, the Nobel Prize laureate, he said that when you learn a new bit of information, you double the connections in your brain in certain areas from about 1,300 to 2,600 new connections. As a matter of fact, every time you learn something new, you're making a new connection in there. That's what learning is. So he saw that you increase the number of connections in your brain just by learning a few bits of information, but if you don't revisit that information and review it, those connections prune apart within hours, within days. So it's important then for students to be able to learn the information and then repeat it. And then that information, then there should be some instruction. And to demystify it so that they can understand that they can have a new experience. And that new experience should produce some type of transformation. And if it's happening in real time, we should measure that transformation in our seminars. And if we can measure that transformation and begin to interpret it, synthesize it, all of that information then that we've measured is more information to teach transformation better. And if people continue to transform and we measure it, that's more information to teach transformation. And we begin to close the gap between knowledge and experience. How many people are with me? So, this year, in February, we did our first advanced workshop. And we had people from all over the world come. And it was in Carefree, Arizona. And I brought in a team of technicians and neuroscientists. And we brought in from St. Petersburg, and I wanted to begin to measure transformation. And we measured the energy field of the room, because everybody says, oh, wow, the energy was really great in the room. Well, there were physical changes taking place in the room. I wanted to measure the energy field around people's body. That if photons become excited and you begin to experience elevated emotions, emotions are just energy. And as Greg talked about, the coherence that's created from an elevated emotion broadcasts a signal into the field that is, feet to meters wide. And then if we can measure all of those things and we can consistently have people retreat from their life for 4 days to no longer return back to the same environment that reminds them of who they think they are. So for 4 days, people retreated from their world. And we started at 6 in the morning, and we went till around 6 or 7 at night. And these people were passionate about transformation. And we recorded amazing things. And I'm going to show you some of those pictures after we take a break. But it begs the question then, if your personality creates your personal reality, and you walk back into your life every single day,
He just can't get,
you
man.
see
The
the same
five-year-old
people, and you
virgin
go to
going
the
on
same places, and
6.
you do the same things at
She
the
ain't even
exact
in heat.
same time, then it's your external environment that's turning on different circuits in your brain, causing you to think equal to everything that you know. And as long as your same environment reminds you of who you are, and you're thinking equal to your environment, then your
All right, I'm out, y'all.
reality is creating your personality. And there's a